Chiang Rai in Thailand's far north is a motorbike enthusiast utopia. Chock full of challenging mountainous twists and turns, spectacular scenery and green for as far as the eye can see, this region is an absolute must-visit on two wheels. And comes highly endorsed by the king of the hills himself, Mr. GT rider David Unkovich.
It twists and turns and goes up and down all over the hills there. It's undulating, a magic road for motorcyclists, one of the favourite ones for guys in North Thailand. And the route number is Route 1155.
Located in the Phu Chi Fa region at the foothill of the Himalayas, three intrepid journeymen set out on an indulgent ride and thorough exploration of the region.
What do you reckon we should do? Do you think we should actually go up to the Big Dipper today and go through the back way?
These back roads are really nice. A few sections with broken asphalt, but the rest of it is just beautiful. This is the Phu Chi Fa road is fairly broken up, so on street bikes it's not so good. Much better on a dirt bike.
Yes, I'd agree, because I did that about a month ago with David.
It looks as though the area has kind of ridges and then valleys.
Yes.
And what would you prefer to ride on, the ridges or through the valley?
The ridges is always nicest to ride, and especially when the road is on the top, you can see down in both valleys.
Mm-hmm. Where's the place that you recommend that we go that's on the way towards Nan?
From Chiang Kham towards Nan is 1148, and that is rated among most people as the absolutely best road in Thailand.
There are fantastic roads with nobody on them.
Yep.
And you wonder, who
Racetrack
paid for
surface
this?
roads as well. Absolutely perfect.
It's just incredible that you could just go for tens and tens and tens of kilometres, or hundreds of kilometres, and the road is perfect. Asphalt, and
That's
it's
right.
empty.
And then just find a pickup park just around a bend.
When you're riding along these trails, or let's say highways we could call them, how often do you like to stop? You know, do you think it's one of those type of places where every half an hour you've got to stop and look at the view?
Definitely, most definitely. Usually look for a good point on the ridge, and quite often you stop and you can see the road disappearing into the valley, then you can see it coming out of the valley up into the ridges. Absolutely fantastic.
What do you think we'll expect to see when we get up to the hills of...
Just keep an open mind, you can see everything.
First stop, one of the magnificent ancient temples in Chiang Saen, the starting point for the day, Wat Pa Sak. This chamber-shaped chedi with 5 bell-shaped finials was built on a base which reflects pagan Chinese Khmer as well as Sukhothai artistic influences. After taking it all in, the lads strategized their route from here.
It was more than we thought.
Right,
You
okay.
know, it's like
I'd have thought you'd be around Chiang Saen.
so did I.
Yeah.
I thought it was like 4 kilometres in, 4 out, but it ended
Right.
up being quite a big
And none of
day.
the bike broke down.
After a unanimous decision was reached, it was off to Phaya Phipak Forest Park. A little tricky to find as it comes up quickly with little or no warning, Highway 4018, which encompasses the mighty Big Dipper. Les on his red 800cc Ducati Monster, Scotty on his grey BMW 1200 GS, and Odvar on his yellow Honda 650cc CB all took to the graceful turns, slopes, inclines and declines with much aplomb. The smell of fresh air and burning brake pads filled the air. With nothing else to occupy your thoughts but the sheer thrill of being alive with the wind in there on their helmets, this was one day the boys could reflect upon with nothing but a broad smile on their dials when reminiscing. Enough excitement for one day, more of the same tomorrow, and a restful night back in Chiang Kham. After brekkie and a quick look around Chiang Kham, it was decided to visit one of the royal project plantations in the region, Indoi Pao Langa, where I followed in my trusty Sixt Farmers conduct experiments such as with these strawberries, where some are covered and uncovered, given more and less water, etc., to see which is the most effective means of harvest. So after the lads took off ahead of me, I was rather pleased to both sample and accept some wonderful natural produce and head off into the wild green yonder, and see what the boys' next plan of attack would be. Further along 11:48 and a brief stop off at yet another of the ubiquitous scenic viewpoints, the three wise men were recapping.
We are about halfway on 11:48, or the best part of 11:48, between Chiang Kham and Chiang Rai. And this valley down here is kind of the half point of the good stuff.
That's right, yes. The motorcycling is fantastic in northern Thailand, and meeting up with groups of like-minded people is just a really great way to spend some time.
It's a good way of growing old.
And so the indulgence had come to an end. After holding back the tears and a fond farewell, the lads were to go their separate ways. Never underestimating the fact that being able to experience such joys with close friends is what life is all about.